morning, welcome back. So today we're out here in the shop again today, and finally we're going to get to the oil pump gears and crank sprocket on Project Stepchild. If you caught my last video, we did the tear down, got the car ready, and to this point to where I couldn't go any further until I opened up the engine. So today we're going to open up the engine and we're going to get that done. But first, I did work on the car a little bit during the week to try to get some of the supercharger stuff installed. So let me turn the camera around, let me show you where I'm at with that and give you a little update. All right, so this is where we're at with the car. Let me show you a few things. I've got some of the heat exchanger hoses run at least up into the engine bay. There's one there. There's some over there with the filler neck over there. I did put the lower intake manifold, I guess you want to call it. I did put that on the engine. I couldn't contain myself. I wanted to get it on there at least to feel like I was making some progress. So I got the fuel rails are on, the lower intake is on, and the crossover fuel lines front and back are on as well. And let me back up and show you the heat exchanger itself. That is mounted up. Tidied up the wiring. This was all loose once you take off the factory bumper support there. So got that tidied up. Got the hoses run that I showed you earlier. And on this side is the reservoir and pump. Got that mounted up and should be good to go with all this stuff. This is a used kit. I've said it before, this is a used kit, so a lot of the stuff was already done and all I had to do was basically bolt the stuff up and kind of route some hoses. So a little bit of easier install, shorter install for me than what you'd normally get with this kit. A lot of stuff you have to put together, cut the hoses and all that good stuff. So I did save some time with that and it will make an easier install for me. But I think what we're going to do first is we are going to get that balancer pulled. We got to pull the balancer off. I did rent a tool from O'Reilly. I'll show you that tool. But I think first what I'm going to do is pull the radiator, get that out of the way. It should be only the electrical connector and taking off these up here, and I should be able to pull it out. At least that'll free up some room and get some more light in there for me to see. But let me show you the balancer tool that I rented and we'll get started. All right, so this is the balancer tool. It is part number 67005. It's a Chrysler harmonic balancer puller, but from what I understand, it fits well into the Ford crank pulley slash balancer and works well from what I understand. So let's open it up and see what it looks like. So that's it right there. I have seen some people run into a few issues with the length of these rods, but there's several here, so I think we should be good to go. I'm not going to do a full how-to on this stuff because it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of time for me today, but I will highlight it as usual. And you know, anything that I run into that may be weird or something like that, I will definitely let you guys know. So anyway, this is a balancer puller we're going to use, so let's get it pulled and I'll highlight along the way. All right, y'all, here we go. We've got the cam covers, front engine cover off, and I think I've got it in position where it needs to be, which is 12 o'clock on the keyway on the crankshaft. And you got to make sure that your little R is up over here. Gonna check the procedure, but I did want to point out a couple things. As you can see, I did take the battery box and tray and everything out over there because I just could not get to that bottom bolt that was in the cam cover. So that was a pain in the butt. I had to take all that out just to get to it. And then on the driver's side, you can see where the brake booster, that bottom bolt back there was kind of a pain, but I was able to get a 1/4 inch ratchet in over there. That wasn't too bad. Other than trying to get the the little wire holders off. You know, the wire that runs the back across the back of the cam covers. They're in there pretty good, and you just can't really get a good hand back there. But other than that, not terrible. A little frustrating when you're by yourself, but you know, it is what it is. I think it took a little bit longer to get those off than it should have, but I was trying to not get aggravated and take my time. So, but here we are. We finally have the engine open, and we are about to start disassembling the timing chains and get those out of the way so we can get to the oil pump. Yeah, a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun when you're out here by yourself. I could use some hands, ain't no doubt about that. But anyway, we're moving forward. We'll get it done. We'll check back in a bit. All right, y'all. So this is where we're at. Got all the timing components off. Got the oil pump off, finally. Man, I tell you, the oil pump bolt that goes into this hole on the pickup, man, that is a major pain. Not that I was worried about dropping it, because I actually stuffed the oil pan full of rags, so even if it fell, which it did, it just dropped down not even half an inch, and the rags caught it and I was able to pick it up. But man, you cannot get a wrench in there. You can't get your finger in there. And even when the bolt was super loose, I couldn't even use my finger to turn it. So I just kept kind of having to tap it with the wrench to get it to turn. It was nuts. Stupid, man. Oh my God. That drove me insane. I've been trying to get that out for quite a while now. So keep that in mind. That's probably going to stress you out, especially when you're leaning over the stinking car and trying to get out a bolt you can't see. But anyway, we got this out. Got the oil pump out. Let's see, it is over here. Currently I've got it sitting in the oil pan, just kind of draining out. And then we're going to get that apart, and I'll show you with it apart, and then we'll show you the gears, I guess. So hang tight. Here it is. Here's the oil pump taken apart, and there's the factory oil pump gears. So we made it this far. This has been a tough road today. I ain't gonna lie about it. But there it is. We're gonna get the new ones in, and we got the new ones over here. They're in this box. If I can get them out one-handed. So we got the boundary oil pump gears. We are going to get these put in, and man, hopefully at least get this engine sealed up today. I'm about aggravated enough today with this stuff. Let's see here. Come on, one-handed. Here we go. Let's break. Go ahead, break the gears while you're at it. All right. So there they are. Get that out of here. There are the boundary gears. We're gonna go ahead and slap these in. Yeah, man. Hopefully get this car back together, or at least not the car back together. Hopefully get the front cover and the cam covers back on, and probably call it a day, because this is aggravating, man. I ain't gonna lie. So here we go. Let's get to it. We're gonna get these in, and I'll update you once I'm done with that. Okay, so all the timing components are back on the engine. Got them back on. Everything appears to be timed correctly according to the instructions. So we are now ready to install the timing cover. I've cleaned everything up where the silicone is supposed to go. Anywhere the engine parts meet, that's where you want to put some silicone. So I've got all that cleaned up. Got the timing cover, or the engine cover, whatever you want to call it. Got that cleaned up, and actually put new gaskets in it. I had some new gaskets that I'd got from a buddy a while back for Coyote Ugly that I never used, so decided to go ahead and put them in. Might as well put them to use. So we're ready to put that back on. Let me get that together and we'll get it back on there and check back in with you. Okay, y'all. We are at the end of the work for today. Basically got everything back to where it was before I tore it down for the oil pump gears and crank sprocket. So, man, this thing kind of beat me today. I am not gonna lie to you. Didn't really run into issues. It's just a ton of work by yourself and trying to make sure you follow each step, you know, perfectly and get everything right and don't miss nothing. So, man, but I feel accomplished, that's for sure. Got the balancer back on with the ARP bolt. I did have the installation tool, which worked out really well. I'm not sure, I can't remember what brand it is, but that worked really well. It's basically a bolt with a big spacer, like a thrust bearing, then a nut that goes before that. So basically you thread the bolt in, hold it, and then tighten the nut, and it pulls the balancer right on there. But I do want to say that the tool that I rented from O'Reilly to pull the balancer worked really well. It worked great, actually. I mean, pulled it right off, no problems with that tool. So I kind of hate to do it, but I might hang on to it. It's like 75 bucks to rent it. I don't know, we'll see. But this one was brand new, you know, unwrapped it and everything, so I might hang on to it. It might come in handy for something else later on, you never know. So anyway, but we got it wrapped up, man. The oil pump gear crank sprocket install is complete. So that means we can move on and hopefully finish up the blower very soon. I am waiting on a part for that. So I don't want to go too far into, you know, the install of it, because I kind of can't. And you'll see what I'm talking about, you know, once I get it. But still got to put the battery tray and everything back in there. But I'm done for the day. I am not doing any more work. This thing whooped me. I might try to put that back in tomorrow. I might try to come out here tomorrow and do a little bit of work. We actually might do that. I might come out and see what else I can get done. But that is gonna do it for today. Like I said, man, I'm beat. Doing it by yourself is no joke. But man, I got it done. I got it done. And it feels good to do that by yourself, but man, some help would have been great, but is what it is, you know. So anyway, I'm gonna call tonight. I'm gonna go inside and catch some AC and man, maybe enjoy some TV or something like that. But this was a major step forward in getting the Whipple install done, because I had to get this done, you know, beforehand. This is, I won't say cheap, because oil pump gears and crank sprocket, they're not the cheapest thing, but compared to an engine, it's cheap insurance. So definitely wanted to get it done, and now it's done, so we're moving forward. But that's it. Hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. We're almost supercharged. And we'll see you on the next one.